welcome to another episode of Digital Dialogues by CXO Digital Pulse. It comes as no surprise to any of us that governance is becoming an important focal point for organizations across the globe. Taking cue from the same, in today's episode, we will be discussing different aspects of governance, starting from understanding what good governance stands for and what are the hurdles that organizations face when they seek to implement such practices. Furthermore, we'll be discussing the entire ESG narrative that has been gaining momentum in the current times and where ESG stands in the entire corporate governance framework. Finally, we'll be talking about some of the top good governance practices that organizations can implement for a sustainable and scalable future. To discuss the same, we have with us an industry leader and visionary, Mr. Tejveer Bhogal, Head Governance and Alliances, Bennett Coleman and Company Limited.
Thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Bhogal.
Pleasure is all right.
So, Mr. Bhogal, since your experience has been a lot in the governance and alliance space for different companies, for organizations, we thought that it would be a good idea to delve deeper into the entire governance and good governance aspect as well as the ESG aspect of for organizations, which is important, not just for reputational, but from a bottom line perspective, etc. So my first question to you would be, what are the challenges that companies face in implementing good governance practices? What are some of these important practices? How can companies overcome those challenges?
I think it's a very important question, and it's a need of the hour today, especially when we are talking about the so-called cyber warfare, which is so prevalent today. Fundamentally, I have the firm belief, and this is my limited and personal opinion, that the culture of the organization has to change, and that has to initiate from the board level itself. The moment the stakeholders, the shareholders, and the management committee is adaptive to the culture of this change, I think that is what can cascade down and it can bring a very, very positive impact. Fundamentally, what I believe is that yes, the stakeholders within the organization, be it the information technology team or the finance team or the business team, everybody should have a seat on the table whereby they can put down their views. And secondly, we can understand each other's language, whether it's a financial language or a business language. Because once we are able to come to a same level, the frequency matches, and that's where we are able to communicate to the other person as to what the challenges we looked upon or face upon. And that's where a good governance model can come into the picture, whereby we create an enterprise risk across the organization and then communicate to the board. And probably that is one way to address all these challenges.
Great, and I think that was very interesting to understand. How take you from that, since you mentioned that it has to start at the top and we should cascade down. And since ESG being a very prerogative for companies today, how can companies incorporate ESG aspects and considerations into their entire governance framework and at the same time ensure that it is incorporated across all decisions?
Wow. Again, as I said, unless and until we institutionalize the governance framework, I think it's not possible to achieve. So fundamentally, we need to go back to the whiteboard, create a framework whereby we get all the stakeholders from different functions, different views, different departments, bring one on the table, do an analysis as to what those challenges are, what those risks are, or what those concerns are. Create a business plan or create a functional plan around those challenges, all those risks, and see how we can mitigate that. I think the moment we do that on a whiteboard, we go back to the basics, we list out all those challenges, we brainstorm as to how we can address those. I think every aspect, whether it is ESG or cybersecurity or information technology, data privacy or XYZ, so on and so forth. I think all these challenges can be addressed by working out as a team and then probably, go the level up and share it with the management committee, and then possibly all these things can be addressed in a much more seamless manner.
So, in just say 30 seconds, if you just have to mention what are the top people good governance practices that organizations should follow today, what would be those 4 good and benefits that you have to share?
Then difficult to say just all 3, 4, but then eventually, if I were in anybody's shoes, I would start by creating a cultural change within the organization. Start right at the top, create that framework, get the buy-in from the management, and then cascade it down to the team leader. I think that is what we need.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Bhogal. It was lovely speaking with you and getting your views about the entire governance spectrum that's going on today.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Pleasure to you.
That's